Hi guys, it is Wednesday, April the 15th, and I am painting some carnations for my daughter. That's her favorite flower. I'm painting them for her birthday in May, and I'm most likely going to buy her some too, but I figure this is something extremely special, right? I hope everybody is doing well today. I celebrated my birthday yesterday. My daughter took me to a sound bath last night, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Very relaxing. I have to tell you, it is, look up sound bath, but I have to tell you how remarkable it is in that a sound bath will reset your body. It's really weird. And forgive my appearance today. I'm in painting mode today, so my right foot, just to go off the painting track for a second. Ever since I was a little girl, when I would pull my pants on, my right foot wants to point out when I'm pulling my pants on. And the sound bath that I went to about a month ago helped in that now when I pull my pants on, my foot will go in so that I can pull them on. It's just me. It was just who I was. And so I have been struggling and suffering with this plantar fasciitis in my right heel since October. Any of you plantar fasciitis sufferers out there know the pain I'm talking about. It's like a bad bruise on the heel of your foot, and oh my goodness, it's extremely painful. And you know, you can't live on Advil, so stretching all the time, and I take Advil occasionally, and I'm hopeful that this sound bath, you know, is going to help with my plantar fasciitis. It's the band, the ligament band that runs, I think it connects to your sciatic nerve. Oh my goodness, but it is exhausting. So I've had some suggestions from a very dear friend when I'm doing my videos to try some writing prompts. And I just thought, well, that sounds absolutely fabulous, but I have the hardest time painting and writing at the same time. It's that whole thing, kind of like, remember how when you were little, you would pat your head and rub your tummy at the same time? I have a hard time doing that because when I'm painting, I'm concentrating on what I'm painting. And so I'm trying to think of videos for you guys that are, well, exciting, because I feel like I've hit a bit of a slump in the road with my channel, because it's about healing, awakening, and nature is my driving force. Nature is my muse, and I paint and I write, and so I'm trying to think of, you know, it's about my life also, my oils, got a lot of things. I think people want a story or a movie, and so I'm going to do my best to share my painting with you guys and talk about my life. Let's see though, but today, let's see, I'm looking up writing prompts, and I got this thing here that says, advice from a banana. Let's see if this will get things going as I'm painting. Always be ready when the time is ripe. Get it? Friends are better by the bunch. Just because someone calls you yella doesn't mean you're a coward. Ignore all the monkeys. They're just trying to get to you. Sometimes when you're slightly bruised is when you are at your best. Life's little surprises are what make it so appealing. Oh, wow. Okay. Out of this, always be ready when the time is ripe. Okay, I'm going to take that to mean be ready to make a video when the time is ripe. When I'm ready to put out a video. I've always told you guys, you will see me when I have something to say or something to paint. And right now, I am painting carnations for my daughter for her birthday in May. She's going to be 27. And she made me the most wonderful dinner last night. Trader Joe's has these wonderful, you know, the pasta that is pre-made, the like raviolis. This is a plant-based ravioli and a cashew cream sauce with spinach filling. Oh my goodness. And she made them with these sweet cherry tomatoes. And it was heavenly. It was a very simple dinner. And I loved it. It was fabulous. Pretty, huh? I love this. Okay. Friends are better by the bunch. I consider all of you guys out there watching me a bunch of friends, and I appreciate you being here. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, please put it in the comments, because I would love to know. I'd love, you know, I want to talk with y'all more about my, how I have, you know, my journey of healing, how I've gotten to this place. And I'd love to spend more time doing that and get really invasive, but it's pretty heavy, and I don't know, you know how that goes, but they say when you write about it, you're letting it out, you're releasing something that doesn't feel very good, and when you release it, it's easier to let go of. So kind of looking at it the same way when I talk about it on my channel. And I've told you guys I talk about my oils, because my oils, I hold, wow, I mean, very responsible for my healing, because what do I always say to y'all? What do you do with a bottle of oil? You just sometimes open it up and stick it under your nose and smell it. This is Valor. It's a blueberry. Oh my God, it's wonderful. Instantly, when you smell an oil, you relax. Because when you stop and smell it to appreciate it, you have to relax to smell it, right? So that's the number one thing I can give credit to these oils for, is the stress, bringing down your stress level. Next to painting, of course. This is extremely relaxing. And of course, I've got lights, I've got a colorful curtain, and outside my window, I've got 2 bird feeders. And it's just the most relaxing. So your atmosphere around you is very helpful in your healing. And I know meditate, 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 the saying goes. But I don't know about you guys, but I find it hard to just stop and meditate a lot of times. And so when I wake up in the morning, I try my best to lay in bed after I've woken up, or wake up, get up and use a bathroom, get my glass of water, because I drink a full 8 ounces of water before I have my coffee, and I add chia seeds and lemon to my water. So I drink that down before I have my coffee, but I try to, go to the bathroom, get that ready, and get back into bed with Eddie. But I have a problem with an old kitty cat who wants me to get up immediately and make his breakfast. But he's so old, he's 21, and I open up these cans of wet food and he doesn't eat them. So it's a lot. But anyhow, that's the best thing I can think of for myself to get me in the meditative mode, because you've just woken up and you're still kind of in that place, So it's the perfect time. And say your prayers. Start your day off. Gratitude. And I talk to Jesus. Okay. Just because someone calls you Yella, what does that mean? Are you scared? Are you afraid? Remember Home Alone? Are you scared, Marv? Are you afraid? Well, I'm really not afraid anymore. After all the things that I've been through, I can honestly say that I'm no longer afraid. I might get hesitant over things, but afraid? No, because I've come into my faithful side of life, and because I believe in God and the universe and Jesus, and I no longer have fear. Because to me, you can't have faith and fear at the same time. One is going to demand more from you than the other, and I choose faith. There's more promise in that. Fear is all in your head. You can talk yourself into craziness, and as we keep being told, try to focus on what you want and not what you don't want. And if you're afraid and fearful, you're going to cultivate those things. So that's my topic on if someone calls you Yella. Let them call you Yella. I'd say go on about your day, go on about your way, and be Yella. I don't want to hear what you have to say, because I'm not Yella. Okay, and it doesn't mean you're a coward if you're Yella. It means you need to take a moment and you need to think. I've got the music from America in my head. Remember the band America in the 70s? I love their music. That music, when I listen to that music, that's my happy music. Love it. Okay. Ignore all the monkeys. They're just trying to get to you. You know what monkeys represent? All the naysayers, all those calling you Yella. Yeah. Just ignore them. There's always going to be a fly in the ointment. There's always going to be somebody raining on your parade and being nasty. And you know why? It's because they're not happy. So the less you interact with them, the better off you are. They're craving attention, and it calls to mind that awful saying, hurt people, which to me is a cop-out. I hate that saying. I don't buy into that saying. It's an excuse. It's allowing those people to be nasty for the sake of it, and I'm not buying it. So yeah, I now say it's not my circus, therefore not my monkeys. Okay. Sometimes when you're slightly bruised, hurting, lack of confidence over something, you're just in that state where you're not quite secure, you're not quite sure of something. Well, you got to know the truth of that, and got to dig deep down and ask yourself, why? Why do I feel insecure? What am I worried about? And the other saying that I hear a lot of is, the more you try to please people, the more unsuccessful you're going to be. Because guess what? Like I'm saying, there's always going to be a wild card in the midst. Somebody who's going to try to break your composure. They're going to mess with you and try to get you to feel bad. And why some people do that, they're just unhappy. Like I said, let them be unhappy. And hopefully, if you ignore them, they're just going to go away and think about what they've said or done. Okay, so sometimes when you're bruised is when you're at your very best. You get real with yourself, right? Yeah, I like that one. Life's little surprises are what make it so appealing. Little surprises. You'll surprise yourself when you believe in yourself and you say, instead of saying, I can't do that, say, yes, I can. I'm up for the challenge, right? Water. So, all right, let's see. Now, what do we have? What do we have next? See if I could get something else we could talk about right now. Here, let's see what this one is. Yeah, this is from my wonderful friend Caleb. So thank you, Caleb, for this wonderful idea, writing prompts when you're painting. I might get quiet when I'm trying to get something done. When I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty of my painting. The nitty-gritty is right when I'm getting into what I'm doing. Okay, so, all right. Let me get this one petal here. I love painting, and I'm glad I picked it up again because, like I told you guys, when I was a little girl, I loved drawing and painting. And I remember when I told my mom, and you guys know the story, told her I wanted to be an artist. And she said, you won't be famous until you're dead. Funny mom. Anyway, okay. How's that looking? Pretty good, pretty good. Okay. Carnations. Abigail loves carnations. Okay. Write a story that starts with, it was the last sunset on Earth. Gosh, that makes me think about, yes, Harry, that's my old cat. That makes me think of an episode of The Outer Limits or The Twilight Zone. that show that came out in the 60s. And I just remember the ending of it. And it was a very smart man sitting. It was like the end of the world. So talk about the last sunset. And he was sitting on a pile of books. And as he looked out as far as he could see, he saw rubble because, you know, the world had exploded or something. And he didn't know where he was. And he was sitting on what was the steps of the library and mountains of books. And he took his glasses off because they were broken. And he was the last man on earth. And I don't know. So that's what that writing prompt made me think about. I did not like that episode at all. Okay. Describe a world where memories can be traded like currency. Oh, wow. Think about that one. Wow. I guess the amount of money you would get or you know, currency as a means of getting things that you need. And it depends on who's asking, if they like scary stories, if they like beautiful stories, if they like traumatic stories, right? Where you would get, the story I could tell you now is my daughter is the greatest gift I've ever gotten in the whole wide world. Out of every gift I've ever received, she and her brother. And currency, her love for me and my love for her, I'm painting her her favorite flower. So our currency is our love for each other. And I'd say it's pretty deep. So it warrants something spectacular. So let's see, where are we at? Ooh, it's a long time on this video. Let's see, but I'm kind of enjoying this. So, let's do one more. Imagine your reflection steps out of the mirror one day. Oh, wow. You know something? I'm going to go out and tell you that my reflection steps out of the mirror every day now. I turned 66 yesterday. And I always tell you guys that you know you have healed or are on the road to healing when you're able to look in the mirror and own your life, own the things that you've done, the good and the bad that you deem good and bad. Because according to the universe, there is no good and bad. There are just experiences. And so we are here as a spirit having a human experience to experience life. And if life was always perfect and always happy, we wouldn't learn anything. According to the universe, we are the creation of God, and we are here to experience. And so I believe that I step out of that mirror every day, and that person who I see in that mirror, I like. She's not ravishing, but she's kind, and she's honest. She's authentic. And when she comes to you guys, she's happy, or you don't see her because she's busy doing something else, or she's got something else going on. But I try my best then to put out something on the community page for you to read that comes from the beautiful pictures I take of nature. And so, yeah, who you see is real. What you see is what you get. This is the real Teresa. Teresa's come a very long way, very long way. And I used to be a very big people pleaser. I used to be, you know, very worried about what everyone thought. I used to be worried about looking a certain way, having this and that, or being, you know, somebody who's done something great, wanting to be noticed for something spectacular, you know, pleasing everybody, being the best at something. And I was very hard on myself. So, yeah, I come to you guys today in all my authenticity, showing you the real me without a bunch of makeup on, without my hair did, and being true and honest, pure and simple, and letting you into my daily life, the story of me, the story of Teresa, the lady who had to start over in her 50s with her gifts, who are her kids, and get to know who she is again. And that's what my channel is about, being my own force of nature and living authentically and loving yourself and doing things that please you and sharing with others. And that's what my channel is about. So I think I will stop here. This has gone on a long video. If you guys are still here, I appreciate you. And I'm going to go over this one more. I'm going to put more of the red color in that. I think I'm not too fond of that one. It's just, I don't know, it's just a little muddy, so I'm not too crazy about it. But when I come back, I'll be painting it more, and we'll be doing more talking more creative writing prompts. I like this. Thank you, Caleb, so much for, I love this idea. He's fabulous. He is Shredding Lavelle Tarot. I just love Caleb. He's, talk about somebody who's an inspiration, who's come a very long way. He's an amazing man. So thank you, Caleb. Thank you all for being here. And I appreciate you. And enjoy the rest of your day this Wednesday, April 15th. And I'll be back sooner than later. Peace out. Stay safe. Drink plenty of water. Get good sleep. Do the best you can. When you do the best you can for yourself, what else do you need, right? Authenticity rules. Bye.